Hey guys, it's Oggy back again with another video, and as you can see, the tank is looking great. Now, I've actually performed its first water change since I've set this tank up about 6 weeks ago, and it was only a tiny water change, and since then I haven't done a single one. I've just been dosing Aquaforest products, and everything is doing fantastically. Apart from, as you guys can see, I have hair algae for the first time in any of my tanks. As you can see, there's a little bit of cyano there, hair algae on my sand bed, and there's hair algae back there, and there is some on that frag. It's actually all over my sand bed. And like I said, I've never ever had hair algae before in any of my tanks. And you might be wondering, why do you have hair algae all of a sudden then? Well, simply put, I have phosphates. There's no real need for me to go take out a kit and check. If you have hair algae growing, you have phosphates. And I know it's not leaching from my rocks or my sand, although it could be due to poor maintenance, because again, I haven't been removing as much nutrients through water changes as I normally do. But I directly contribute that to heavy feeding, and I've actually doubled my bioload in this tank. That's right, I've added 6 whole extra fish into this tank in a very short period of time. Of course, I was always expecting something to go wrong. I was expecting a slight outbreak, and for now it is a slight outbreak. Now, there are many ways you can deal with this. In past, a lot of people have used GFO. Even I used GFO in my first tank. Secondly, you can up the skimming, you can reduce the bioload, which I do not want to do. You can reduce the feedings, you can reduce the light period, you can manually pluck it, the list goes on. I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to up my skimming, I'm going to slightly lower the amount I feed these guys every day, because I've been feeding way too much. I've just been really enjoying watching these guys feed, and it's definitely my fault. And I'm going to start using some NOPX again. So guys, to implement NOPX, it says to use 3 ml per 25 gallons of water. I have 125 gallons of water, and this also says to use this weekly, but instead I'm going to dose 1 ml every single day by using my Jabo doser. I've just got it in a see-through bottle here just so I can see what's going on, and basically I'm going to measure my parameters and let it keep going until it stabilizes to the level I want. Whoops. Another thing that could also again stop hair algae is just time. As the tank matures, it gets used to the higher levels of nutrient and phosphate, and hopefully it deals with it itself. Now, I'm not that kind of guy that likes to sit back and let things take over and let my tank look crappy. I unfortunately really like to be hands-on with my tank. So that's what I'm going to do. Secondly, I could always implement a biological solution. For example, I could add more snails, hermit crabs, or even algae-eating fish. On the plus side, the T5s are doing amazing, the new power heads are doing amazing, the tank's crank and flow, all my corals look really good, the fish are happy and healthy, and let's look at some new additions, because I have not had new additions in a very long time. Look at this guy, he's beautiful. I do not know any coral names, I'm horrible with that, we never really get given them, but great pulp extension, he's been here for a couple of days. Also this fella right here, also great pulp extension, and lastly I got this guy down here. I don't know if that's focusing, but he also looks beautiful. He's actually pink in real life, pink and green, but he actually looks blue in the video, which is weird. Over here my corals are really colouring up, all their blues are coming back. This guy that was completely browned out is getting all his nice green tips back. The Monty's doing its thing and just encrusting everywhere, and as you can see guys, these fellas down here are growing like crazy, and they actually start to shadow each other. As you can see, even my GSP's taking off. Again, my Monty and my Pocillopora, Solipora, whichever they are doing fantastically. My anemone there is actually getting huge, and I'm kind of worried that he's going to touch my SBS, but he hasn't yet, so I'm just going to wing it. Everything else is looking really good in the tank actually. Now, my first impressions are with T5 lights, I absolutely love them. In fact, within the first 4 days of having T5 lights, I actually saw visible growth on some of my SBS corals. I'm just super duper impressed with it. The tank is doing great, apart from some hair algae problem. I will start testing again soon, but like I said, I'm going to start dosing NOPX, maybe even start doing some water changes and reduce my feeding slightly. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.